everybody. Baby boomers are retiring in record numbers, and most are faced with health care decisions that they've never had to make before. So to help us navigate these uncharted waters, we welcome back one of our very favorite people, Senior Vice President of Physicians Mutual, Bob Gunia. Welcome back, Bob.
Thank you so much. Can I just jump in and say you kicked it up a notch? I love the jacket.
You did.
That is on point.
What is that?
You didn't like what I wore before?
I think it's cashmere. I like it.
You just kicked it up a notch. It looks good.
Thank you so much, Mark.
So what are some of the key decisions we should be thinking about as we're entering or nearing retirement? Because it's never too early to be thinking about these things, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking the question. Talking about retirement is important. Those key decisions all point towards the lifestyle you want in retirement. So for us that's still working, saving is important because it impacts the kind of lifestyle you have in retirement. And for those that are entering the 64, 65, it's go time, it's the retirement time. A statistic that may be startling to some is that only 54% of boomers have anything saved beyond what they anticipate from Social Security. Oh. And so with that, your decisions around health care become even more important because health care can eat up about 30% of your Social Security income check. So those decisions are very, very important.
That's scary.
We're talking about golden years.
Yep.
We're talking about those years you worked so hard for in your life. You want to be ready for them. So what then, after retirement, what options do we have?
Yeah, it's all about Medicare. So Medicare is a wonderful program. Medicare is divided up into 4 parts. And so we'll just review it at a very high level to kind of help set the table for the discussion. Part A of Medicare covers your hospital expenses.
Okay.
Everyone, when you look at your pay stub and you see the Medicare tax that's being withheld, that pays for Part A.
Okay.
Part B is outpatient. It's your physician visits when you retire. That's paid by a monthly premium that seniors pay that comes out of their Social Security check, as well as a subsidy around 70 to 80% from the federal government, general tax revenue. And then Part D is for drug coverage. And so that's for your prescription drugs. It's heavily subsidized by the government, so it's a good thing to sign up for. And then Part C, which is something that's different from original Medicare, it's Medicare Advantage. And so that's opting in a program that's completely different from Medicare.
Okay.
So those are the choices.
Those are those 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about supplemental Medicare coverage? Where do we even begin selecting that process?
Yeah, it's a very complicated subject, but it's one that if you familiarize with yourself with it, you can grasp it. You know, for us, when you're making a decision on something that you've never had to decide before, if you have employer coverage today, you're not really making your health care decision. You're not purchasing your insurance policy. Your company's doing it on your behalf. So when you turn 65, it's what do I do?
Yeah.
Which is the reason for your question. What you can do is look to someone that's retired successfully, someone that you can trust and say, just tell me how you did it and I'm going to follow you.
Yeah.
But many people don't have access to that kind of advice. And so you need an insurance advisor, you need an agent, someone that can help educate you to make good decisions.
How do you find somebody? Because these are big issues. Sometimes you don't understand them. You kind of, it comes at you from all angles. You need somebody that you can trust when you get in a position
Trust
like this.
is very important.
How do you find a good agent, or what do you need to do to get that good trust?
First off, I invite people to think of the great companies that then have great agents. And so great agents come from great companies.
Yeah.
So you have to pick a company that you can trust. At Physicians Mutual, we put a lot of effort in training our sales agents to make sure that it's education first.
Right.
If there's just a general rule of thumb to consider, if you're meeting with someone who's trying to sell you anything, and during that process, they make you feel silly or somehow that you can't understand this, let me make this decision for you. Just write that check, and this is the policy that's for you. Walk away from the situation. Because although Medicare seems complicated, with the right educator, you're going to be understand the fundamentals and be in a good position to make a good decision for you.
Is there anything we should do to prepare for our visit with an agent?
Yeah. The one thing is just to have, if you can remember A, B, C, and D, and at least have that as kind of a background, it puts you in a better situation, have a conversation. Treat any agent that comes to your home as though it's a job interview.
I mean, I think it's okay to even have a piece of paper, a notepad, and say, I'm going to ask you these things.
So they're not the only one that's doing the talking. Ask them why they sell the products from a particular company. And if you feel as though you're just not feeling with that individual, or you feel like you're being pressured, walk away, because you want to make a decision that lasts a lifetime, not just that one transaction, but several transactions down the road, because you may need additional help.
But you may not know this about me, but I don't like to ask for directions. Okay?
Wow.
I'm going to do it right. But you do then tend to go down the wrong road. You tend to make a bad choice. Sometimes. Are there do-overs once you get and you make a choice of a plan or you make a decision? can you undo a redo?
The ideal situation, you're right, is to do it once, do it right. At Physicians Mutual with Original Medicare and Medicare Supplement, it's something, you know, we have great longevity with our customers, and so they're making a really good decision. But there's other circumstances where maybe, you're right, is there a do-over? Yeah. For example, starting just next week, October 15th to December 7th, there's a Medicare open enrollment period for people that have Medicare Advantage, the privatized version of Medicare, where they can go back to Original Medicare or switch between their plans. And so there's a lot of activity that people that are in that target audience, that target market, are going to hear about. But the one advice, you don't have to change. And so sometimes people will call during the next several weeks and say, hey, you need to change your Medicare program. You need to move.
So they're trying to upsell you?
Yes, or just try to change plans.
Okay.
Sure. And so if you're in a situation where you want to make the change, now's the time to do it, but you don't have to change.
How long is that window? There's a window of time?
October 15th to December 7th.
Every single year?
And it's an annual thing. Okay.
Right.
So we
so besides our Medicare-related health care decisions, is there anything else we should be aware of?
You know, the one misnomer about Medicare is that it covers dental insurance. And we've talked about it before. Your dental health is so important to your overall health.
It's so important. I can't believe this.
Yeah. And when Medicare was originally designed, back in the mid-1960s, dental health wasn't appreciated to that degree. People just thought, well, I'll just pull my teeth. But the longer you keep your own teeth, it does impact your overall health. And so dental insurance is important. Physicians Mutual, we started selling dental insurance because our customers asked for it.
Right.
They're saying, wait a minute, I'm retired, Medicare doesn't cover dental insurance, I need this coverage, and so we developed the policy just for them in mind.
It's very important. And I would just like to add, by the way, your agents are top-notch. They are wonderful. You brought a bunch of them with you here today. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
We love you, Bob.
I got to find out where you got that jacket. Okay, more information on choosing your health care insurance by visiting physiciansmutual.com.